Depending on one's criteria, there are 1 to 2 dozen species of hawks in North America. But none are as widespread and common as the red-tailed hawk. The red-tail can be found from the eastern forests to the central plains to the deserts of the southwest, from northern Canada to southern Mexico. Their ubiquity is due in part to their flexible and varied diet, from rats to mice to birds, among others. Their large nests are often very observable. They have even learned to nest in man-made towers. Whereas the red-tail is widespread and occurs in a variety of habitats, the ferruginous is solely an open-country grassland species. North America's largest hawk, it's sometimes called the prairie eagle. In many areas, prairie dogs are a favorite prey species. Like many hawks, it has dark morphs, that is, variations. Another open-country western species is the Swainson's hawk, with most birds identified by a dark or reddish chest. When breeding, the Swainson's hawk feeds on the 3 Rs of a buteo diet: rodents, rabbits, and reptiles. However, when not breeding, the adult's diet turns toward insects. Like the red-tailed hawk, the Cooper's hawk ranges from the east to the west coasts, Canada down to Mexico. However, whereas the hawks previously mentioned have a wide diet, the Cooper's hawk specializes in hunting birds, typically about the size of a dove. Although a woodland species, it has adapted well to urban environments, including hunting near feeding stations for songbirds. Its smaller and very similar-looking cousin is the sharp-shinned hawk. It can be identified in part by its smaller rounded head and apparent absence of a neck. It feeds on smaller songbirds such as finches and sparrows. The rough-legged hawk is a northern species, breeding in the tundra regions of Alaska and Canada. But it often spends its winters in the conterminous United States. Conversely, the gray hawk is a Mexico species that creeps into arid lands of Arizona and Texas in its breeding season. Harris's hawk is also a desert species. The hawk is unusual among hawks, in that it hunts and travels in social groups. The groups are usually comprised of an adult pair and their immature offspring. The common black hawk is another hawk primarily found in Mexico, but occasionally nests in the United States. However, it is not a desert bird, but rather a riparian forest bird. It is generally associated with water where it hunts for fish and aquatic life. The red-shouldered hawk is a forest species primarily found in the eastern half of the United States. However, a population also occurs on the west coast. The red-shouldered hawk is one of the more tolerant hawk species, often allowing photographers great pictures. Like the red shoulder, the broad-winged hawk is an eastern forest hawk. It winters in Central and South America. The northern harrier is found throughout North America. It's easily recognizable as it swoops over open areas in search of prey. It's unusual among hawks in that it uses hearing as well as vision when hunting. North American hawks. They can be found everywhere,